In the next roughly 10 minutes, we will attempt to use Maidens to generate some music in the style of French composer Claude Debussy. We start by setting up a project and saving it. We will rely on melodic generation alone and will not edit the output in any way. Keep in mind that, although not shown in the video, we generated several variants until we found one that was acceptable. Before we proceed, let us first listen to some real Debussy music. Maidens uses modules to generate and process music. These are known generically as generators. They live under a dedicated branch in the project tree. You add a generator by creating a leaf here and setting its properties. For this experiment, we use the atonal line generator. Also, Maidens organizes the musical score in sections. They serve many purposes, such as receiving music from the generators. We bind our new generator to this section using its link number. Our flute melody should be 75% ascending, use few rests, and climax in its first half. We also change durations. Debussy alternates fast passages with long notes. Therefore, we set our melody to use mostly sixteenths, a few halves, and very few eighths. Default interval settings use major seconds for step motion, with some perfect primes and major thirds for skip motion with some augmented fourths and very few minor sixths. These intervals are appropriate as they give us a hexatonal scale, which is another characteristic of Debussy's music. We generated less than 10 variants until this one came out. Let us add a harp instrument to our score. We shrink it one staff and move it above the flute. That is because our generator only writes to the topmost staff of the score. We follow the same procedure to describe our harp melody. We change its tendency to go up to 19%. We move its climax towards the end. For durations, we set it to use equally halves and quarters, and rarely wholes. We limit step motion to major seconds. We set skip motion to equally use thirds, then a few perfect fourths, seldom sixths, and somewhat less fifths than thirds. We expect that these settings create a pleasurable counterpoint to our flute. The longer durations should ensure that it does not steal listener focus from the top melody. The thirds and fifths in the interval sections were added to increase the odds for arpeggiated chords to appear, which always sound good on harp. Using same techniques, we added a viola instrument too, and configured the melody to have a neutral tendency, sparse rests, and to climax at the very beginning. Durations give precedence to halves over quarters and wholes. Step intervals favor perfect primes over minor seconds, and skip intervals are limited to thirds, preferably minor. This aims to create an even lighter counterpoint, one that should draw even less attention to it. We expect that it contains a lot of minor second steps and bring a subtle dramatic touch to the existing music. And this concludes our experiment, which should be deemed as a partial success. The achieved resemblance with Debussy's music was fairly notional, but at least the outcome was rather music than noise. If you enjoyed this, go take Maidens for a spin yourself. It might just help you uncover new realms in music creativity.